Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. In fact, if you guys do enjoy any videos I do in the future, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. I had a bunch of videos planned in the past, but I just couldn't post them for some reason. I was so super stressed because I was like, you guys don't think I'm gonna post again, but welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome me back. So yeah, let's go ahead and get in the video. Riddles, 14 hard riddles. I don't know if you can see this. There's actually a new big screen size thingy. So yeah, I just did this new thing where like I coded a thing and now my screen is big. So yeah, let's go.
Oliver was attacked in his flat and taken to the hospital. There are 4 suspects, all of them Oliver's neighbors. Wow, I'd find another apartment.
Yeah, me too.
Amelia said she'd been walking in the park since early morning. Henry explained he had been painting in his studio and had heard nothing. Jacob said he had been repairing his car. Sophia answered she'd been taking a bath for the past 3 hours. Look at these people's hands and try to figure out who's lying.
So I know someone said they were painting.
Nothing. Jacob said he had been repairing his car.
There would be
Sophia answered she'd been taking a bath for the past 3 hours.
There would be stuff on it.
Look at these people's hands and try to figure out who's lying.
It's definitely this man with the bald. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Because this man's hands would be all rusty. Or it's this man. It's these two. Because this man said he was painting. His hands are clear. Or maybe his hands aren't clear. I don't know, but I think it's this bald man. Go ahead and pause the video, see what you think. Let's go.
It's a bit strange that Jacob, who was repairing his car, and Henry, who was painting, both have such clean hands. But they could be wearing gloves. On the other hand, Sophia's hands and fingers don't have wrinkles. But it would be a natural skin reaction after 3 hours in a bathtub. Sophia, you've been caught smooth-handed.
Dang.
The police found out there's a new smuggler in town.
There's a new smuggler in
3
town.
people were under suspicion. Luna, a school bus driver,
Man.
Jackson, a fire truck driver, and Daniel, an ambulance driver. All of them claim to have been busy with their work since the very morning. Can you figure out who's the smuggler?
So the ambulance guy, busy, I think it's gonna... This is hard. Because this guy could just have a bunch of, like, hurting people. This guy could just have a lot of fires. And this guy could just have a lot of kids. I'm gonna make this white so y'all can see this better. But this guy could just have a lot of people. This guy could just have a lot of fire. This guy could just have a lot of kids. It's very hard to tell. Okay? Now, fires don't happen oftenly. More often than usual, I think it would be the ambulance guy. So my final answer is going to be the ambulance guy. But I don't know. I think it's the ambulance final answer.
Look at the car Daniel drives. On such vehicles, the word ambulance is normally written backward.
Oh, what?
It's done so that other drivers can instantly read the inverted word in their rearview mirrors.
That's smart.
Well, it seems Daniel has given himself away. It was the day when...
So I didn't even realize that, but I guess. Let's go.
Jacob was supposed to be discharged from the hospital. He had spent a couple of months there and underwent several surgeries. His doctor told him he was going to be fine. It was safe for Jacob to leave the hospital. But the guy didn't believe these promises. In low spirits, he walked home. On the way, he accidentally bumps into an elderly lady.
How could
you? She
you?
gets furious and started to shout at Jacob. But instead of arguing back, he hugged the woman and ran home. Why?
Y'all are gonna know this. So he can just be the kindest person in the world. But we're gonna go back to watch it if you guys want it.
Safe for Jacob to leave the hospital. But the guy didn't believe these promises. In low spirits, he walked home. On the way, he accidentally bumps into an elderly lady. She gets furious and started to shout at Jacob. But instead of arguing back, he hugged the woman and ran home. Why?
It's either because this man don't want to be caught in 4K, okay? This man don't want to be caught in 4K. This man don't want to get caught with the feds, aka Popo. Or this man just straight up nice. This man's probably just nice. I'm saying because he don't want to be caught in 4K. But obviously that's wrong. But I don't know. That's what I really don't know. So I'm gonna skip.
Jacob had hearing loss. He didn't believe his problem could be helped. But when he heard the woman shouting at him, he realized the doctor had told him the truth. Maybe the doctor should have shouted. Chloe stayed late
What? How the heck are we supposed to know that he had hearing loss?
that day. When Chloe stayed late at the office that day. When she was driving home, the woman was worn out. At one moment, she even started to doze off. That's when it happened. She spun off the road and crashed through the fence that was on her way. She couldn't control the car anymore. It slipped down a steep hill and ended up in a lake. Chloe couldn't move her arms. They were stuck. She couldn't undo her seatbelt or open the door. The car sank to the bottom of the lake. Was Chloe doomed? Rescuers arrived 3 hours later. The woman was still in the car, but she was alive. How did she survive?
So we're gonna go back, everybody, because we need to do this. Okay, so the little
Maybe the doctor should have
details
shouted.
count.
Chloe stayed late at the office that day. When she was driving home, the
Late at the office that day. Okay.
woman was worn out. At one moment, she even started to doze off. That's when it happened. She
Late at the office that day. She is just Aquaman. That's my guess. These are so hard. Like, how the heck are you supposed to get this? You know what? Okay, let's go. Let's okay.
The water only came up to Chloe's throat.
Well, I guess that would have been a little bit helpful. Yeah.
It was a very shallow lake.
God,
Good thing, huh?
so stupid.
It was Jack's birthday, and the fellow got a present he had been dreaming about for ages, a motorbike. The next morning, he rode his bike to college and left it at the parking lot. During lunchtime, Jack decided to check on his motorbike. Imagine his horror when he found out someone had broken the mirrors. The security guard told
Man,
Jack
it's just
only
ugly.
3 other people had left his building in the afternoon. They were Owen and Sam, 2 best friends, and Layla, the girl who once liked Jack but got turned down by him. Owen said he and Sam had gone to the campus cafe to get sandwiches for lunch. Sam confirmed this. He then added the bike could have been damaged by Layla out of revenge. But Layla told Jack her mother had visited her, and they had spent 2 hours together. So, who's
Got it. I got it. It's Layla. It's Layla.
lying?
It's Layla. You wanna know why, guys? Look.
Afternoon. They were Owen and motorbike. Imagine his horror when he found out someone had broken the mirrors.
Sad time.
The security guard told Jack only 3 other people had left his building in the afternoon. They were Owen and Sam, 2 best friends, and Layla, the bike.
I got it.
Imagine his horror
It's Layla
when he
because
found
she
out
said she's
someone
been
had
hanging out with her
broken the
mom
mirrors.
for 2 hours.
Only
It's
3
Layla.
other. Owen has a paper bag with food delivery written on it. It means the guys ordered their lunch, not bought it in the cafe. They broke Jack's mirrors and tried to frame Layla. Not a good reflection on.
What? Man, I'm just getting embarrassed here.
Chasing a dangerous criminal. Suddenly, the man entered a hospital. Oh no, there are hundreds of rooms there. Luckily, it was raining, and the criminal left footprints on the hospital floor. The detective followed them and got into a small room. There were 3 people there, all covered in bandages from head to toe. But one of them was a fake patient.
The middle
Who?
one. The middle one, because he doesn't. It's this guy, because this guy doesn't have one of those little clipboards. The clipboards, he doesn't have one of those. It's the middle guy. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
It was the dude in the middle. He didn't even have a medical chart next to his bed. Very quick job on the bandages, though. The CEO of a large company called the police. He was sure that one of his employees, Victoria, had stolen a memory card with secret information. She was going to sell it to their competitors.
Oh no.
The police arrived at Victoria's house,
She got a
but the
Tesla?
woman didn't let them in without a warrant. The officers had to leave to get all the necessary papers. By the time they were back, Victoria had already been sitting in her car, ready to drive off. The police officers arrested the woman. They searched her car and clothes, but found nothing. And then, when they were about to give up, one of the detectives realized where Victoria kept the memory card. Can you figure it out?
I'm gonna watch it back real quick.
Can you figure it out?
Am I really this dumb? I don't know. It's in her house because they wouldn't let her search the house?
When the police first came to her, the woman had her hair down. But after that, Victoria changed her hairstyle.
Okay.
The memory card is in her bun. Yep, Victoria and her sticky bun. Michael was going home from the gym.
What? This is the dumbest responses ever.
When everything went black.
Okay.
When he regained consciousness,
Wait, I'm
he
sorry.
found
what
out
was he
he
going
was. Michael was going home from the gym when everything went black. When he regained consciousness, he found out he was in a locked room.
Okay.
Next to the door, there was a computer with a keyboard. On the screen, there was a riddle. Michael had to write the correct answer and the door would open. The riddle went like this. It makes 2 people out of 1. What is it? Michael typed the needed word and the door opened. He was free to go. What was the answer?
Y'all, I'm gonna think about this until I get it. Babies born together. Babies, twins, but they're conjointed. So, like, this is their 2 heads. They can't separate.
It's a mirror. Oh, I was guessing a buzzsaw, but this one is better. And
How?
Emily and
Best
Luna
friends.
came to a popular and expensive hair salon. At first, the administrator told the girls they had just one available hairstylist. But after making a phone call, she happily announced she had found another hairdresser. Emily and Luna could have their hair done at the same time. But in the process, it dawned on the girls that one of the hairstylists was fake. Which one?
Is it the one with the bug repellent? The one that's sad? Not happy? The one with the one with the weird dress? Not the normal stuff? Is that it? Is that it? Is that it?
Both hairstylists are using regular scissors, but instead of hairspray, the one on the left is holding a can of bug spray.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big clue right there.
Oh, okay.
A man on a
Oh,
bike
right.
grabbed Sarah's bag with all her documents,
Sarah!
money, and smartphone and sped off. The only way the girl can get her
Why is
bag
she really
back
like that?
is by taking someone's car and driving after the criminal. There are 3 vehicles parked nearby. Which one can Sarah break into and drive off? Borrow.
Well, I'm gonna say this one. Because A, they a homie right there. B, there's a camera right here pointing directly at this car. This guy is blocking the view from this car because of this car. Let me just delete all this stuff real quick. So if she breaks into this car, there's going to be 2 things watching her. This is going to be the first one watching her. And this is going to be the second one watching her. If she breaks into this car, guess what's going to be watching her? This guy is not going to be watching her because this car is already blocking the view there, so we can't see past unless he has like X-ray vision. And this camera isn't looking behind; it's looking directly at this car. So I'm saying this car. Let's go. An ad, Gail.
A man is sitting in the blue car. That's no good. If she decides to take the red car, CCTV will spot her. Her only option is the brown vehicle. Oh, and Sarah, don't forget to return the wheels when you get your bag back, otherwise you'll be Grand Theft Sarah. Mary and her younger brother Alex were mushroom hunting in the forest. Wait, mushroom hunting? What do? Sneak up on them so they don't escape? Anyway, they started a quarrel. Alex got angry and ran away. After several minutes, Mary rushed after him. She was still fuming, but also worried. Soon, the girl reached a small river. A man was sitting on the shore. Did you see a teenager here? Mary asked. Yep, he's just taken a boat and made it to the other side. But Mary didn't believe the man. Why?
I'm going to be doing some extensive research. I have done the research and I think I have figured out the why. So, if we go back here, we can see when she approaches the captain boy, you can see he is sitting on a log, but we can see also there is paddles here, which we probably need if there's a river, obviously. So I'm guessing because the paddles were here, you can't go without paddles. That's my guess.
Girl reached a small river.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a boat and made it to the other side.
Yeah. I guess.
The boat is indeed on the other side, but the paddles are lying next to the man. How could the boy cross the river
Let's go!
without them? So, where's Alex? Kidnapped by the escaped mushrooms? We may never know. Ella came to a party that took place in her best friend's house. It was a riddle party. All the guests had to crack mysteries and participate in different challenges. Ella's task was to get out of a locked room in the basement. The girl was blindfolded, taken downstairs, and left alone. After pulling the piece of cloth off her eyes, Ella noticed the door had a code lock. She also spotted a sheet of paper lying on the floor next to the door. There were 4 flowers drawn there. Ella looked at them for a while and entered the correct code. The door opened and the girl joined the party. So, what was the code?
4. Hold on, I'm going to do some extensive research. I think the code is 4875 because if you can see here, it's 4875 or it's 5784. 4875. 4875.
Ella counted the petals on each flower. The code was 5748.
Okay, it was reverse, okay? But I got it.
Carter was visiting his friend Mateo, who lived in another city. Mateo loved riddles. In the evening, he challenged Carter to get the key to the guest room where the guy was supposed to be sleeping. Mateo dropped the key in the bucket filled with cold water and told Carter to get it. But he couldn't touch the water or use anything to pull the key out. That night, Carter slept in the guest room. How did he get the key? Carter was visiting his friend Mateo, who lived in another city.
He had an extra key. He had an extra key.
He put the bucket over a fire. The water started to boil and soon evaporated. After that, Carter picked the key up. Mateo was steamed. Nora was an insurance agent. Once, her client called her early in the morning. The woman was in tears. At night, someone had broken into her house. By the time the woman had enough courage to go downstairs, the thief had already taken all the valuables. When she looked out of the window, the man was running away. Do you remember what he looked like? Nora asked. The client answered, It was still dark outside. I understood it was a man, tall and thin. He had dark hair and was wearing a V-neck t-shirt. Nora immediately realized her client had staged the burglary. How did she figure it out?
Stage the burglary. It is some research time. So I think it's because it was still dark outside. She said she couldn't see it, yet she still was stating what she wore, what the robber apparently wore.
It was dark, and the man was running away from the client's house. Then how could the woman see he was wearing a V-neck t-shirt?
Yo, I'm too good at this.
Beats me.
I'm too good at this. Way too good at this. If you guys did indeed like the video, go ahead. I mean, what am I gonna say? Like the video, yeah, like the video. And if you guys do go ahead and see this video, you can guys can go ahead and see what I'm gonna say. So if you're coming from me, hi. Okay, so go ahead and look at that in that video. I hope everybody did in fact enjoy it. If you guys did, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash the notification button so you don't miss any new videos I do. Thank you everybody for coming back to the channel if you guys are watching this, and I hope everybody has a splendid, fantastic poop day.